The men of our generation have become passive. When problems crop up in their life, they don't act on them, but they wallow in their suffering. The man of our generation has wanted to quit his job for the past 6 months, has wanted to text his ex, has wanted to drop out of university, but he never actually acts on any of these impulses. You start to watch him, and after a while, it kind of starts playing on your mind. Maybe he actually enjoys being in these ruts. Maybe he actually enjoys this suffering. He stays in these thought cycles, these internal debates, because it gives him the illusion of drive. It gives him the illusion of action. It makes him think he's doing something, or at least has the option to. It gives him the power to daydream, to dream about getting a new job, to dream about dropping out of university, to dream about getting back with his ex-girlfriend, without actually having to commit to any of those things. He can continue to daydream and to live a passive life. But the men of our tribe are different. They live active lives. When a problem crops up, they either solve it or disregard it because they can't continue to waste their energy on it. They know that their attention is limited, and so they don't waste precious moments of their days worrying about things they'll never do. We are men of action, and so we succeed. We don't live lives of regret and anxiety. You've become too passive, bro. You're trapped inside of ruts that you can't get out of. If you can watch this video from start to finish without distraction, without scrolling down to the comments or looking at the suggested videos, then you're gonna hear this one tip, this one actionable step that you can take whenever you're in one of these ruts that will instantly get you out of it. At the moment, I'm reading The Way of the Superior Man by David Deida. And chapter 10 is called Enjoy Your Friend's Criticism. And what he says in this chapter, and what got me thinking about this whole idea, was that you need to speak to masculine friends in your life. You need to talk about your problems, and you need to allow them to give you constructive criticism and to give you solutions to your problems. The issue, he says, with men these days is that we can't take criticism anymore. We're so used to being praised that when someone criticizes us, we take it badly. We're offended. We don't act on the solutions that other people give us. We think we can do it all alone. I mean, that's all well and good, but we need something for now. Because right now it's hard to find masculine men. You're not that far along in your self-improvement journey, and so it's difficult to meet a group of men who you can actually talk about these problems with. I mean, if you really want to, you can join the Discord, by the way. Link in the description. It's totally free. Lots of masculine men in there. But yeah, in the meantime, you need something else. Because here's the thing is, men these days, you can't talk to them about deep things. If you try to tell them your problems, they're going to laugh at you and call you gay. That's just the truth of it. So you need something else. And here's what you can do, right? Is you can treat this as an introspective practice instead of relying on friends to tell you these solutions. So the next time you have a rut, what I want you to do is look at the action. So we're going to take an example here. Say you want to quit your job. That's a nice, easy one. If that's the rut you're in, I want you to journal on it. You need to write down exactly what your rut is. And then the actionable step here is you need to set a deadline for when you're going to complete that task by. And you need to start doing this in your day-to-day life at first, just to build the kind of discipline to prove to your brain that you will act on whatever happens. Because the thing is if you say to yourself, right, okay, so I need to quit my job by tomorrow at 9 p.m. You've got two choices now. And when your brain's under pressure like that, it acts more quickly. And you can either do it instantly and just quit your job and thus save months of thinking about it. Or if you decide by the end of 9 p.m. tomorrow that you don't really want to quit your job, that's your brain telling you that really that probably isn't the right decision for you. But for this to really work, you need to train your brain in a way that it actually believes you're going to act on these things. So you need to start implementing that with small things. So the next time you have a small dilemma, something as trivial as like, what film am I going to watch tonight, right? Where am I going to go and eat? Set yourself a deadline. Say to yourself, I'm going to decide what film to watch in the next 5 minutes or I will watch nothing. And if you can't decide, you have to just turn off your computer, bro. That's it. Because if you can train your brain to believe that you will actually punish it for not being decisive, then this will work for big problems too. Or maybe you think, fuck this, and like you're totally ready to make the leap now. Maybe you've got a problem on your mind that you need to solve. So this is what I want you to do. Say you've got an issue right now. Set a deadline for it. Maybe you want to quit your job. Maybe you want to break up with your girlfriend, but it's never the right time. Maybe you want to drop out of university, right? Create a deadline for that task and complete it. If you haven't completed it by the time you give yourself, it's done. You're going to stay in that situation and be fine with that. Because here's the thing, right, and why this is powerful, is because often when we have these ruts, when we have these dilemmas in our lives, we don't believe that we're ever actually going to do anything about it, and so our brains kind of become passive towards them. But if you force your brain to make a decision soon, if you tell yourself that you have to do this quickly or you'll never do it, your brain will respond to that. It will. Brains work better under pressure and they work better under deadlines. That's been proven time and time again. So if you can give your brain a deadline to act towards a certain dilemma, there is a greater likelihood you'll actually do it. And the thing is, if you don't, you're telling yourself that you've made the decision to stick it out. Because say I set myself the goal to quit my job by tomorrow and I don't do it, then really, by my omission of action, I have made the decision to stay in that job. And once you actively decide to do something, to stick something out, you can start to be much more present in it and to appreciate that thing more. So that's what you need to do. When you have a problem like that, set a deadline for it and act. Make your brain think there is a deadline. Make your brain know that it has to act soon or it won't get the result it wants. And then see how your life changes. This one tip alone will save you so much stress, so much anxiety, because it will get you out of all these thought spirals that last for months and years. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, guys. Leave a like and a comment. You'll find those right below the subscribe button. And join the Discord. It's a great place to talk to other men. Like I said, you can come onto there and tell us your dilemma, tell us your problem, and we will give you the concrete solution and the deadline that you need to act towards. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, guys. Manifest excellence. Goodbye.